I can't see that. That's just
I can't either.
breathing. That's hilarious.
I wonder if there are pictures of him. I've never seen. I've just.
It's funny. That guy who played the sergeant in Full Metal Jacket, you know, he was actually a military sergeant.
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I think I watched like a documentary about it. Stanley Kubrick.
Yeah, I forgot. He changed like the script because he was like, no, I would never say this. Like, let me just do. Let me just do my old thing that I actually used to do.
Yeah.
And so like that whole spiel and everything was just literally what he used to do when he was a drill sergeant.
Yeah. I was like, he really was a hard ass then. Yeah. That's why it looks so authentic.
And you know,
I would like to come over and fuck my sister. I like you.
Do you know Lord of the Rings?
Yeah.
Saruman. He was what was he? He was in like some sort of Nazi killing thing. Yeah. And so like there's a famous story when he gets stabbed in the movie, and Peter Jackson was trying to tell him like, all right, this is how you are gonna act, like this is how I think you should die in this scene. And he's like, no, I've actually stabbed people to death. Like I know what it looks like to stab someone to death, and this is what I'm gonna do. And you're just like, holy shit.
Wow, I didn't know that about him.
Yeah. He was
in a war?
He was in the war. He was like some sort of spy or something. I don't remember.
He stabbed somebody to death?
He stabbed a couple people to death, apparently.
Jesus Christ. That has to be, I wonder, like, in what kind of situation where you gotta get, like, it had to be a situation where it's either him or me.
Yeah.
To him to want to just, you know what I'm saying?
Or else he could have been questioning somebody just like, all right, I'm stabbing you now.
Right, exactly.
You never actually know with those things.
Yeah. That could be, especially if he was a spy. Sometimes. Yeah. I don't know if I could stab somebody. I probably could if I had to. But that's like, shooting is easy. You know.
Yeah. All right, he was Christopher Lee. During World War II, he was attached to Britain's Special Air Services and the Secret Special Operations Executive as the Royal Air Force Liaison Officer. Whoa. I don't know. He did secret operations.
He was top notch.
He was top notch. Damn. And then he became an actor and became.
And what's his real name?
Christopher Lee.
Lee, right? Yeah. Dang.
Intense.
That's a big transformation.
Big transformation.
Yeah, right.
Same with that guy from Step Brothers. The guy who.
Talking about the moment Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly.
One of the guys in that movie who's like a big comedian. He also used to be like in the army. There's like pictures of him like in war with like machine guns, like covered in mud and shit. Like, oh, now he's a comedian. That's such an interesting career change.
I wonder which one is it?
He's the guy.
I gotta watch that movie again.
Yeah, he's the guy in the office that's like Carolina wine cooler or whatever, and I don't know, he's always hyping one of the guys up.
I think I might have. Oh, that guy. He's got like a mustache. I think I've seen that guy before. I think I know who you're talking about. Was he? Cause I'm trying to think. Did he work in it? No, that was in. That was
this guy.
Oh, him! Yeah. I know what?
Yeah.
Oh, I never would have thought he would. What?
Yeah, he's ex-military.
He's been in a lot of shit too.
Yeah, he's been in a ton of stuff.
Yeah. I didn't know that. Especially if motherfuckers who have seen action. Mm-hmm. That's because you know what I'm saying. That's the ones you don't want to fuck. Motherfuckers who just went like to the military and just did their time, they didn't really see no action. But the ones that actually kill people, they're the ones you don't want to fuck because they used to killing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I worked at a grocery store for a while, and one of my supervisor was a tank operator, and he was the weirdest guy I'd ever met. But he was, you know, he would say insane stuff. But you know, he'd been in action and stuff. He was like, "All right, man, that's cool."
And you want to tell him to be quiet, huh? Like, I want to hear that shit.
He's like, "No, that's cool. Like, you'll be chatting about something really innocuous." And you'll be like, "Yeah, I got like it's like I got used to the smell of dead bodies.
Actually, the Vietnam, being that was so prevalent back then, a lot of the sergeants, they were real hard asses before Vietnam. After Vietnam, he said they started to kind of change how to insert discipline into their soldiers without being too aggressive.
Yeah.
He said that's where a lot of that came from, a lot of animosity. You know,
makes sense.
He said they would let them do drugs too because in Vietnam, because like they didn't want to. Like, a lot of sergeants would tell them, "Hey, don't do drugs." Like be all in their face, "Don't do drugs." Like, but they seeing death and kids getting blown up. They was like, "We gotta take something to get our mind off of this." And a lot of sergeants would forbid them from doing drugs. They would kill him.
Yeah.
You know
well, I mean, how else are you gonna walk around the jungle for a year with like sogging wet,
clothes?
It rained for like ever. They were in the mud. They were getting killed. And they're in like the golden triangle of like heroin, and stuff. So like they're all on heroin.
Right.
And then you got like a bunch of heroin addicts out in the jungle killing people, and then you try to take away their heroin. I don't think so.
Right. He said a lot of those cases. Me had to get hit, man. He was, his family was all through military.
Yeah.
He was like, a lot of them would do it because they'll be strung out.
Yeah.
I was like, wow.
Which is also funny because heroin was created for the military.
Oh, really? I know that.
Yeah, so it used to be morphine was what was used on like battlefields back then.
Yeah.
And then they realized they could make morphine easier and stronger, and they like figured out, oh wait, there's this like thing we can make heroin.
Right.
And but then it was like so much more powerful and addictive that all the soldiers were getting addicted, so they had to phase it back out and go back to morphine. But like it was originally made just for like soldiers to get treated on the battlefield when they got shot.
Oh wow, so they can just take the pain?
Yeah. It was just a drug, like a painkiller.
Yeah.
But yeah, it just keeps getting stronger and stronger too.
Yeah, I was like, they have. I watched a documentary on. They have a couple of documentaries about it too, little small ones about it. He says a book you can read about it too, about fragging. But yeah, that's like I was like that's like something I would do. I'd probably like, I'm ready to go. Y'all wanna?
Yeah, I could see
between us, right?
I would be a part of that little
right. That little cool. He said it's nothing. Nobody would snitch on nobody. So if they knew that you did that, they're not gonna rat you out. They wanted to go home too, or they wanted to get. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know what happened, guys. He just died.
Like, right.
Crazy.
Yeah, right. Do
you know about?
He laid on. They made it seem like he just laid on it by mistake.
Yeah. It's just like he was really irresponsible with his like. He got really paranoid. He
started
sleeping with grenades.
And
have you heard of like I think they're called tantines or totines?
What was that?
It's when soldiers would all put money into a pot, and whoever survived the war would get all the money.
Oh damn! Really?
Yeah. So like
That's
from their platoon or whatever.
Yeah.
They became illegal because people started killing people of their.
What?
Yeah, because like if you're like I don't like this guy and I don't want him to survive, so I get the money.
You just kill him.
You're just gonna kill the people that are in your platoon so that you get the money at the end.
Oh, that's fucked up.
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
It is fucked up, but it happened. It became like a whole thing.
Yeah, he did say that a lot of times that fragging would be doing battle.
Yeah.
They'll be fighting with another, then it's like, fuck it, throw it, throw that, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
They threw it, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I mean, there's so much friendly fire that you can't keep track of it.
Right.
You get away with any murder there.
Right, exactly. Yeah, he talked about that. He said, man, so many murders that they got away with other soldiers would have beef with another soldier and they would kill him doing fight, doing action.
Did you ever see the movie Full Metal Jacket?
Oh, classic. That's what we was talking about. We was talking about that. I brought that up. That was the sort of fragging. But the dude killed himself,
Yeah, well,
the dude was...
the school, it was basically like a school shooter thing.
Right. He was riding that dude so hard. He said, and then that's how we got on the subject.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, man, that stuff happens a lot. He said it's called fragging. He's like, they just ride those guys. They're like, fuck, let's just kill this dude.
You know Bob Ross, the painter from.
Oh yeah.
He actually used to be before he was a painter. He was in the military as a drill sergeant.
Really,
Him. And he said after his service, he never wanted to scream again.
Wow.
So then he became a very peaceful, tranquil guy or whatever. But
I could never. Bob Ross was a sergeant.
Bob Ross was a sergeant. and ran a drill